today I have a bit of a video to share with you. I've seen a couple of people do this. I believe it's been going around for a while. I don't know who the original creator of this is. If I can find that, I'll leave it linked down below. But I'm going to be reacting to 1-star reviews of books I gave 5 stars. I wanted to pick books that I really remembered. So these are some of my 2020 5-star reads. I have had 16 5-star reads so far at time of filming, and I picked 8. I don't know how many we're going to get through on this. Some of them I feel like I know what people are going to say just because I've seen a little bit about it of people who've given it lower, like a 3 or a 4-star. So I feel like some of that is going to translate out to the people who gave them 1 star, but we'll see. So I have my phone and my Goodreads app. Okay, so the first one we're going to start with is From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout. Oh, I thought it would tell me. It's got a 4.46 average rating and with 14,562. Let's see. It says it's got 188 1-star reviews. Rating 1.5 stars. There should be a new adult fantasy genre called mass fantasy after Sarah J. Maas. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. That genre would be full of pretty people, non-original world building, out-of-genre writing that can be either really bad or even worse, love interests that all they do is be horny assholes yet get away with because they're hot. And the use of the terms males and females. That sentence lost me somewhere. I'm not exactly. I get what they're trying to say, but I don't understand the end of that. I've read a lot of books by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I don't think she's a bad author, but her writing style and concepts belong more to the contemporary romance area. She writes good sex scenes, builds up just the right amount of sexual tension between the two main characters, and this is why I think her Wait For You series is the best, since it represents those elements down to a T. However, I read fantasy and paranormal series from Armentrout, and even though I'm disappointed every time anew, I keep falling for it. I actually thought this book would be different from her Covenant and White Hot Kiss series, especially since I had faith she learned... What? This book starts with an info dump, a writing device that becomes worryingly more and more common nowadays within the fantasy writers. I have to admit I skipped them all because yawn. I don't want to read about your marvelous world on the first chapter without any suspense as to what's going on. It's so urban fantasy and I'm over it. Yeah, I guess it was, I didn't really feel like it was info dumpy, but there was a lot of world building facts towards the beginning of the book. I don't understand how you can enjoy... I don't understand how you can enjoy a book if you've skipped over a lot of that, even if it's something that you're considering not an original idea or anything. I don't understand how you can... Yeah, I don't know. That... Reoccurring theme in Armentrout's books, the villains are very bad and the good people are very good. There's no in-between, no morally gray characters, no depth to her villains, absolutely nothing, and it pisses me off, especially since the audience she aims for is no longer an idiot. Kind of, I see where that's coming from, but also, I feel like the kind of like base of the characters is either inherently good or inherently bad. But I felt like as the book went on, they kind of blurred that line a little bit. I don't know. Let's see. Let's go to a different review. That one's really long. Those are DNFs. We're not going to count those. Oh. What is this shit? Seriously, what is this mess? The romance can burn in a fire, and since 90% of this novel is romance, it can burn in a fire. Like, the last 20% of the novel featured some of the goofiest shit I've ever seen. I'm sat here looking at Miss Poppy like, girl, where are your priorities? He can't be that hot. Come on now. Hawk, sigh. He was so unnecessary for 70% of this novel, and when he does actually showcase his character's motivation, it's just boring and cliche. Go, go boy, give us nothing. The writing was also hella weird at parts. My eyes rolled. Girl, what? I'm like, Jennifer L. Armentrout did not write this. What on earth? Big fat yikes. They shelved it as thank you next. Okay. I'm sorry. Thank you next. Cracked me up. So, was this person mad that it was a fantasy romance and not just a fantasy? But going back to what that other person said, I'd be interested to see what this person would rate a Sarah J. Maas book, because she has problems with Poppy as the main character, but does she have problems with the ones in Sarah J. Maas books? Because those here are ones I have issues with, but I didn't have an issue with Poppy. Okay, this one's got a lot of spoilers in it, but I'm not going to read it. But they're basically saying that they didn't understand things that were mentioned about the world because they weren't explained very well. Which there were definitely some things that about there were definitely some things that I think you had to kind of really take context clues from about what they were talking about, so I will give them that one. Okay, let's move on. I feel like I'm gonna know a little bit on this one. This one is gonna be Behind the Bars by Brittany C. Cherry. This one is a 4.34 average rating out of 6,568. Let's see, it says it's got 97 one-star reviews. That is in like German or something. I definitely don't know what that is. That one just says they don't know why they didn't connect to this one. That one is in some other language. Boring. This book took me forever to finish because I really didn't want to. It was so drawn out and repetitive. I have liked some of her previous books, but this did not feel like it was written by her. It was so bad. Too weak of a heroine for my liking. I feel like at the beginning I can understand that. With the things she did to protect the hero when they were younger. I feel like I can give you, like, I can understand that. A lot of these don't have actual reviews. They're just 1 stars. And nothing written. Nothing written. Okay, so next we're going to do Love Her or Lose Her by Tessa Bailey. Again, I feel like I know what some of these are going to say. So this one had, oh wow. This one has an average of 3.66 out of 9,964 ratings. Damn, 3.66. Let's see, 256 one-star reviews. Didn't feel like love, felt like obsession. It felt like absurd levels of codependence. And I can't believe that any of this was meant to feel romantic. Do you read? You must only... I hate saying that, but you must have really only read, like, traditionally published romances. Okay, hated the author's writing style, so, like, there's no way... There's basically no way you can like a book if you don't like the author's writing style, I don't think. This person says they rated book 1 star and thought they would like book 2 better. I really did not enjoy reading about the 2 main characters trying to save their failing marriage. It feels like you're dropped right in the middle of their mess without even knowing them. There was no connection to either narrator, plus the romance was a bit off-putting, to be honest. The overprotectiveness and possessiveness of Dominic's character was really unappealing. The best part of the book was the Just Us League and Bethany and Wes's hysterical banner. Overall, if you're looking for a lighthearted romance novel, you should look elsewhere. Definitely. Don't pick this up thinking it's a lighthearted... Not one character in this book that I care about. I don't care whether or not they got a divorce. That's literally the whole point of the book. If you're not caring about that, why would you even, like, force yourself to finish it? DNF books. Guys, it's DNF. I am stupider because I read this. Okay. I hated this book and the first one, but I want to read book 3. That makes no sense to me. Next, we're going to go with Great and Precious Things by Rebecca Yarros. This one has a 4.33 average out of 1,289 ratings, showing 6 one-star reviews. I put in a lot of effort over the last 7 days to really get into this book. I absolutely loved this author's previous release, The Last Letter, and I still look forward to reading her old Flight and Glory series, but this one just would not click for me. DNF at 30%. Okay, that was literally the only one with any type of review. Not helpful. Not helpful. Next is going to be Tragic by Devney Perry, book 3 in the Lark Cove series. This one has a 4.41 average with 5,152 ratings. It says showing 13 one-star reviews. It's a decent book, but I thought it was formulaic. You know, tragedy strikes and the book's resolution is to forgive and forget. I was disappointed when the book just defaulted to the cliche resolution to forgive in order to move on. Ooh, I'm gonna not say that because that's a little bit spoilery. I mean, kind of, but like, a lot of books in Devney Perry series are a bit formulaic, but I like them. I like that formula. So, it took me a long time to read this book. Again, not sure why everyone loves it. Found it to be a boring read. The only reason I kept on going is to find out his story. Probably will continue to read the series. But you gave it a 1 star. This should have been a DNF when they fucked it second sight, but I thought there has to be more to this book with all these great reviews. Nope, I was wrong. Big waste of time. Okay. And the rest of them don't actually have reviews. Next is going to be A Duke by Default, book 2 in the Reluctant Royal series by Alyssa Cole. This one's a grumpy hero, and he was wonderful, so I'm sure that there will be something about that. This one has a 3.91 average rating out of 6,266 reviews, and 53 1 stars. That is the dumbest premise for a book I've ever read, and I read a romance novel a week. Just needed that out there for a second. Whew. I could care fucking less about this heroine and the ridiculous made-up kingdoms this author invented. The Duke of Edinburgh is already married to the current Queen of England. It's not... What? The bleeding age difference. Oh, for fuck's sake. He's 38. 9 years older. He's not elderly. He doesn't need Viagra. She's fucking 29. Get over yourself. Okay, but an age difference is that the fact that they are literally different in age. And I don't feel like it actually made a big... I don't remember it actually making a big deal about the age difference. I think they mentioned it like maybe a couple of times. So this one's spoilery, but the end of it says, plus Tavish was such a dick throughout. Grumpy heroes. Yeah, so he chokes her during their first sex scene together. I officially give up on romance. How sad for you. Okay, so literally our issue with this is that Tavish is like the Duke of Edinburgh, and there's already one of those in real life, so apparently that's our issue. Okay, yeah, that's like a bunch of those reviews said that. Next, we're gonna look at The Hunter by Kerrigan Byrne. Let's see, 4.15 average out of 4,253. 43 1 stars. That was a DNF. 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 let's see. Disappointing sequel to The Highwayman. The Hunter is a truly atrocious romance novel that I barely finished. I started scanning it at the 50% mark. Okay, I don't care about what other book you read. Feels like a rushed and poor rewrite of the previous novel, with underdeveloped characters, cliche scenarios, and lots of redundant descriptive prose. Scenario is your typical by the book Beauty and the Beast trope. I don't feel like, I mean, The Highwayman I can kind of see. I don't really feel like The Hunter was Beauty and the Beast retelling. Okay, I don't know what's happening on that one. I don't feel like they actually, I don't know, that doesn't seem like the actual book that I read. At all. And the rest of them don't have actual reviews. Why don't people write, I don't even write reviews. Why am I talking like, I don't write reviews on Goodreads. BTW, I just rate them. And one I feel like is going to be, I hope that it has some good ones, but it's going to be A Worthy Opponent by Katee Robert. Let's see, 3.94 average, 685 rating, 8 one-star reviews. I liked the previous 2 books in the series, but this one not so much. I think it was the pace and overall storyline that didn't get me intrigued. Actually, I just checked my rating on the previous book, which was also 1 star. I thought that was an outlier, but since I also gave this book 1 star, I'm starting to see a trend here. I must admit, not all parts of this book were bad, just not enough to get 2 stars from me. Okay, that didn't help. I just couldn't get through this without cringing. I didn't know this book was more erotica than romance. Don't get me wrong, I like some steaminess on the sex scenes, but not so much when it's erotica. I liked where the story was going and how the retelling was interesting, but when it came to the main characters and how they didn't like each other, but how they wanted to fuck. Facepalm emoji. So sad that the story had to be erotica because it was just a new adult because if it was just a new adult romance, maybe I could have really liked it. Okay, so that's on you for not knowing what you're picking at. And the rest of them. Oh. Okay, nope. That one, it says they added it and they put really good ratings, or really good review, but it didn't have anything on the rating. I was a little bit disappointed. I thought there would be more talking about how it was erotica on that one, but there was only just the two actual reviews. So that was not as, well, I mean, parts of it were fun, but it wasn't really as, like, much as I thought it was gonna be. So, maybe we'll do this again some point. Who knows? If you've done this type of video, let me know down below. Or if you've done it, what was your favorite, like, what was your favorite, like, 1-star review of a book that you really liked? Let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!